several months later. So how you feeling?
Feeling good. Just been getting progressively better every single day, attacking the rehab process. Um, just looking back where I was 8 months ago and to where I am now, and for me, though, the work's been incredible. Progress has been incredible.
How's the rehab process been versus what maybe you initially imagined when you kind of started learning about the process?
When I first tore my Achilles, first thing I did is just go on Google, pretty basic search, torn Achilles.
Sure.
Look at athletes that have had it in the past. So for me, I spoke to John Wall, Boogie Cousins, guys that have dealt with it, trying to figure out like how I could come back at the best of my game. Got some advice from those guys, and they just kind of gave me the confidence that the Achilles will be the least of your worries. It'll be about getting back mentally, taking care of the rest of your body. And for me, that was really reassuring going into the process, the rehab process. So from there, just attack the rehab since like November when I got the boot relentlessly.
I don't know.
How is that mental process coming?
It's coming along good. I think that for me, what helped was just being in a really great mental place before the injury. And obviously, when you have a big injury like that, you're going to be down for a little bit. But you just rely around the people that have love for you, and they pick me back up. So just to be here today, to be in a great mental spot, I'm blessed.
How was the coaching staff helped you at all? You talked a lot about all the players coming into the season, but when you had the injury, how much did they keep you engaged? The coaching staff and guys like Harvey, or if at all, how was those guys throughout the process?
Yeah, the coaching staff, they definitely helped keep me engaged. Brad Holmes helped me stay engaged. So everyone was kind of rallying around me. They know it's a tough thing, especially dealing with that alone out here. So everyone kind of picked me up. Especially got guys in the room as well. Iffy, Amani, just give me words of encouragement. I think those words were invaluable for that recovery process.
How did you get in touch with John Wall and Boogie, and then just tell us a little bit more about those sort of conversations or exchanges that went on?
Man, she had the Instagram DMs. He's hope for the best. So I think something like that they can empathize with because they've been through it. So I'm just grateful that we're able to pass down the knowledge of kind of speak their testimony.
And there were obviously some horror stories of people coming back from injuries, or guys maybe they didn't get back to the year before. Did you see any of those like early in that Google process? And did that
Oh, cool, yeah.
all?
Obviously, I think that the only thing it really taught me was that just not to be naive to how the process could go. So I was kind of accepting. I was going to put my head down and work, but I knew that it's kind of one of those things hard to predict. But all I could do control is putting my best foot forward and giving all I have.
How much mentally was the most important thing, right? Like, obviously, rookie year was up and down. We talked about that plenty. You came into last year with such high expectations, and for it to happen the first week. Can you just, what has the past 8 months been like for you to stay motivated, to stay focused, to know that there is a sort of light at the end of the tunnel, for lack of a better term, I guess?
For me, my drive just took over. I feel like I've just been hungry. I haven't ate in years. That hunger has been inside of me since the injury. Well, really even before the injury. So I've had that feeling for, it's about to be probably 2 years. Just that hunger. So I'm really ready to go out there and just play to the best of my ability, honestly.
So how much are you enjoying being out here? I know it's a little bit limited, not doing some team stuff, but just.
I'm enjoying it to the fullest extent you could enjoy some, just because for me, I couldn't walk to a restaurant in September. I've had to change my whole body. So to be able to be out here doing drills, doing whatever I could do, it's a blessing because it wasn't a guarantee that I'd be out here. So I'm taking everything and just enjoying it, enjoying every single moment.
Did you continue to lean on the stoicism, the stoic philosophy that you were
Of
talking about last year,
course.
the peace of mind?
Yeah, that's something that I've definitely incorporated into my routine. Whether it's listening to a podcast in the morning before I come here or just reading a page out of that daily stoic book. It just kind of helped me stay in a tranquil mindset.
What was the number switch do for you though? Jameson Williams said he was trying to get it up by you, get the number one, man. How do you feel getting back in that number?
It feels good. It feels good. I have a lot of great memories of number one. So just to get back out there and number one, it feels really nostalgic of some good times in my life. And it was funny because J-Mo went to Ohio State, so he seen me in the number one. So it was a hard argument to hey bro, can I get your number that you had in college? It was a weird conversation, but he knows it's all love.
Given that type of injury that you had, how did you kind of balance, that hunger, that desire to come back, with maybe the need to be a little bit cautious?
That one, sometimes people have to really protect me from myself. So you just got people that you trust around you, hey man, you've been going pretty hard. You need to tone it down these next few days. Like, trust me, it's not going to delay your progress. So I think I've been really smart about placing people around me that can be honest with me, and you're doing a little bit too much. Like, you need to tone it down a little bit. That's helped a lot because, I mean, for me, I just want to go. Just the hunger, just coming out of me all the time.
Who are some of those people for you?
The guy I've been training with in California, named Scott, for the last 7 months.
Looking at where you were 8 months ago and you talk about this hunger, and I'm sure, I assume you would come from a little bit different of a perspective now after going through what you have. When you are full strength, what can people expect out of you when you do make your return?
Honestly, I've never been one to try to say what I'm going to do. I'd rather just go out there and just show you. I'm really confident in my abilities. So when I go out there, I'm confident I can display what I can do.
What's the expectation? The hope is to be ready for camp, start branching up during camp, be regular for the regular season, or is it just an open slate right now? You don't know, taking it day by day, week by week. I guess kind of what's the time frame for you?
I've thought about that question for a long time. Best way to describe it, I'm going to be ready when it's time to be ready. I'm confident that I'll be ready when it's time to be ready.
I'm curious if
A couple more guys.
I don't know if the injuries were the same or similar, but do you take any inspiration from Cam Akers and the way he was able to return and perform so quickly, really?
That was definitely inspiring, especially that happened probably month 3 or 4 of my recovery. Just seeing the way he came back, played in the playoffs, won a Super Bowl. So just knowing that, for me, it was just knowing that it was possible. What up? We gonna say that one for later though.
Is the mental aspect sometimes tougher than the physical aspect?
Man, the mental aspect is definitely probably because physically, the rehab is going to be a strenuous process. Something that you're really accustomed to being an athlete, especially playing the sport this long. So mentally, it's just tough because you're out of your routine. Getting hurt in week 1 is a long season. So sitting down for 16 weeks, you have a lot of time to just reflect, self-evaluate. But on the bright side, you're just able to really look at yourself, have honest conversations with people around you, and just plan a comeback you can be proud of.
I know I asked you about the stoicism, but just getting mentally right last off season, did that prepare you to get mentally right for this process?
Yeah, one thing that stuck out to me is when the whole thing happened was just I saw this was at a lot of adversity, and for me it was just who better to look at than my mother and the adversity that she went through in her life. So I just kind of leaned on the things that I've seen from her, and if she could do it, then I could do it. If she could show the resilience, then I could also display that same resilience because I've seen it secondhand. How strong someone can actually be, especially when it's even more adverse circumstances.
Jeff, the coaching staff has moved a couple players from Will from safety to corner,
Yep.
to playing little safety. Is it your desire to play corner your entire career? Would you be open at all if the coaching staff talked about playing safety just to see what that would be like?
I haven't ever heard about playing a different position. I got drafted as a corner, played corner in college, played corner in high school. So honestly, I really have never taken a snap at safety, and never really gave it much thought. So to answer your question, I'm a corner now, and I just do that play what I'm at.
You talked
Last
about
one, Dave.
your toughest day, just, I don't know if it was a setback in rehab or something you saw your team do that you couldn't be part of, or just whatever, right? Any tough day and how you sort of got through it. I'm sure there were ups and downs.
The 2 toughest days for me, the first one obviously being tougher than the second, but first one obviously when I tore my Achilles, just having my aunt pick me up, couldn't really walk, didn't really know for sure it was a torn Achilles. Obviously try to stay optimistic in moments like that, but the second I got in the car with my aunt, I just broke down, started crying, a lot of emotion kind of poured over me, and she really never seen me cry before, but it was a lot because I had just had big hopes for that last year. So that day was really, I was down. It kind of felt like I was living a nightmare, honestly, man. So like I was saying, to be here right now and smiling, it's just a blessing because I know where I was at mentally and came a long way. The next moment was pretty bittersweet, but winning our first game, and seeing that like raw emotion, it's something that I love that it happened for the team. I just wish, almost you would say selfishly, that I could have been out there helped in some type of way. You know, just because I know all the work that these guys put in, and I could only imagine how great that moment felt, because it felt great for me and I wasn't even playing.
I could ask you one more before we go, just silver lining.
Okay.
That Jerry Jacobs, I know he's a guy you really took under your wing last year. Obviously, he suffered injury, but before that, he was playing so well. Just the joy, I guess, you took in seeing Jerry's rise from the time he got here to what he accomplished last year.
Yeah, there was times that like it almost felt like I was playing through Jerry. You know, me and Jerry had all these conversations. Took him under my wing during training camp, and to see his growth was just so cool for me, because it just showed me that the things that we talk about, like, they're translatable to the game, and it just gave me so much confidence in myself that, you know, when I get back, I could do it. Because, like, we've had these conversations and we've spoken in detail about how we're going to attack these receivers.
Just to be clear, when your aunt picked you up, was that from the stadium or from?
Yeah, from
so right after.
Yeah, right after, before the injury was confirmed, but like right after the game was over.
Back to your
Yeah,
place here.
yeah.
Particularly close with her,
Yeah. She's like a mom to me.
What's her name?
Jane.
Jane.
Yeah.
J-A-N-E.
Yeah. Oh no, Jane Obodo. O-B-O-B-O.
When you were Google searching the images, was that at the stadium still, or when did you hop on?
It was a lot of Google searches. A lot of Google searches. It wasn't just one. So it was a plethora of different searches.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming out.